Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I just wanted to talk about two of my favorite horror movies, The Exorcist 3 and Jacob's Ladder. I'm not really sure why I'm doing this video, because I know I normally focus on just random crap or video games, but I guess this would fall into the random crap category. So, I like horror movies a lot, and I'm not usually a fan of the stuff that's just gory to be gory. I like things that have maybe subliminal messagery or more psychological elements. I think that's why I like the Silent Hill series so much, because there's a lot of undertones and strange things happening that you kind of have to read into or look up even sometimes. You probably can't even see me with the sunlight, can you? Sorry about that, guys. I'll try to block it with my hand or something. I'm Jesus. So, two of my favorite films. I love the first Exorcist, which creeped the shit out of me out as a child. But the third one has a different feeling to it, where the first one's like blasphemous and kind of like creepy and scary and has like some jump scares and fucked up noise. The third one is almost more like a detective film type thriller. What had happened was, for those who don't know, William Peter Blatty did the first book and movie, and then he was writing, I think, the second one, which is called Legion, and they said, "You're taking too long," or whatever, and they got someone else to do 2. So 2 is like kind of shitty. It's actually really shitty. It's the worst one out of the 5. So they did that. And then the third one came out, which was really supposed to be the second one that he did. All these cops up here, this probably isn't good. So, the third one's like a mystery type of thriller. It's got this foreboding sense of like, what's going to happen next. This feels kind of weird. You know, it's got this creepy, eerie, underlying feeling. And that's what I like in movies. And the reason I'm mentioning Jacob's Ladder is because that also has it. I like when things kind of aren't what they seem, or there's a twist. Maybe something evil or bad comes out of nowhere. It's not like just directly in your face. And these two movies really do that for me. One of my favorite things about Jacob's Ladder, if you don't know the movie, it's a reference to Jacob's Ladder is, I think, something in terms of the Bible, where when you go to heaven, you go up this ladder, and it's your journey that goes through your head while you're ascending to heaven when you're dying. And they tie it in with, in the movie, he's in Vietnam, and they give the American soldiers all these like fucked up drugs that are supposed to make you like a war machine, but they start like turning on each other and flipping out and going insane. So that's kind of what the movie's about. You don't know what's real and what's, you know, part of his what's part of his whatever, not imagination, but this drug-induced state. And all this crazy shit starts happening. He starts seeing demons, he starts seeing things, he starts getting attacked, and it's just really cool. It also takes place in New York, so it's got this like gritty subway type of feeling to it when he's in the subway. And it's got a good like 70s, 80s vibe, which I like. I like old movies that have like that vibe to them, like old architecture, stuff like that. I like that. And he has this chiropractor, and I'm a big proponent of chiropractic. My friend, who I became friends with because of he's my chiropractor. This sucks. Everyone's turning around because of I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, I'm a big proponent of chiropractic, and so he has this chiropractor played by Danny Aiello, and Danny Aiello is like almost like a guardian angel cherub. He even refers to him at one point being like some guardian angel, and that he helps him out through all these bad circumstances. And like at one point he ends up in the hospital, and they have him in like traction, and Danny Aiello is like, "What is this barbaric bullshit?" And he let people through. What's up? What is this barbaric bullshit? And he comes in with like a crutch in his hand and tries to like, he's like, "I'll wrap this around your fucking head." And he like grabs Jacob and throws him in the wheelchair and brings him off and adjusts him and like saves him again. And I always relate that to my chiropractor for some reason, but there's just a lot of real cool imagery. creepy, unsettling that sits with you. And I like that in film, so I guess that would explain... Oh, sorry guys. That would explain why these two... Where the fuck are you filming? Whatever, you could see me, right? I don't know why I got such a bad... What do you call it? That would explain why these two movies are two of my favorite horror films, and I guess, to me, they sort of intertwine in at least the way they feel. There's this really cool scene in The Exorcist where one of the characters is dreaming about being in heaven, and he starts seeing one of these cases he's on, one of these children who got killed, and the child is there with him in heaven, and he's all mangled and fucked up, and I think he gets stabbed in the eyes, so his eyeballs are out, and he's got stitches over his eyes, and for some reason he turns around and Fabio's there, and Patrick Ewing is like an angel with big wings, and like there's just some cool imagery. I think a lot of movies now lose that. I think it's why I like certain movies that have strange imagery to them, like even Southland Tales, I think is the movie by the guy who did Donnie Darko. I like that. I like when there's things that they aren't really explained or just that have this eerie sense that sits with you. So definitely check out Jacob's Ladder. I can wholeheartedly recommend. If you like thrillers and you like The Exorcist, the third one is by far the best one after the first one, and to me they're both great. They're just very different. Then they did the fourth and the fifth one. What the fuck is wrong with these people today? They did the fourth and the fifth one, which is funny. They were filming it, and it's supposed to be a prequel to the first movie. It's pretty good. And then someone in the studio, the director, hated it so much that they redid it and reshot shit, and then made another movie out of it. So really, 4 and 5 are kind of the same movie, but they're different. And that was kind of a weird, interesting thing. I would also recommend it for a black comedy, but not really creepy, more sad. The Ninth Configuration, which is also by William Peter Blatty, who did the Exorcist movies, and that's like about Vietnam vets being in back to Vietnam, huh? Being in this castle that's an insane asylum, and they're like almost like the inmates are running the asylum type of thing. So yeah, check out these movies. Check out The Exorcist 3. Check out Jacob's Ladder if you haven't. Tell me what you think. If you like this subdued, weird horror, you might like them. And I just wanted to talk about these two movies because they always sat with me, and I just had ordered the Blu-ray anthology for The Exorcist, and I just watched again Jacob's Ladder on Blu-ray the other day. I watch it every 6 months or so. So, thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.